Welcome to our hikers yoga, a 25-minute flow just for you that's going to target all the areas that tend to get tight as you're hiking or as you're training, getting ready for the mountains. So I'm going to try to target as much as I can here. This is not power yoga. This is a flow, hikers yoga flow. So let's flow with me on this gorgeous Tyrol day, like 15 degrees. End of February, can you believe it? 29. First couple breaths to ground. And I want you to really put yourself in the mountains. So just imagine you're sitting on your yoga mat, which is your playground, grounding through the mat. Put yourself in your mind in the mountains on that tour you are going to do. Visualize it, smell it, see it, feel it. See yourself walking up the peaks, mobile and free and fit, the big smile on your face. Pull that big breath, nourishing breath right into your belly. And now exhale, release through the shoulders. Take another breath into that power center. And on this exhale, making that sound through the back of your throat, really grounding in the now. And another great way to do that is to walk bare feet in the grass. And on this last exhale, letting go of the day, letting go of what happened yesterday or just an hour ago and arriving on the mat. Extend your arms forward, opening through your chest. Relax your forehead down. Breathe into any spots that you notice are holding on. Open through that chest, giving space to that chest area. Take a full breath in through the hips. As you exhale, feel it open even more. Feel it through the lats as you grip the fingers forward. Press your feet into the floor, belly tight, roll through the spine. We want to have a beautiful mobile spine. Push your fingers into the floor, allow the hips down, open up, looking up tall. Tuck the chin, roll your body back, sitting it all the way back. Do it again one more time, roll. Open through the chest, draw the shoulders back, and tuck back. Slide the hands in, take an inhale, bring the legs closer together. Stretch your right arm down, lengthen through that left. So if I'm showing you from the front, legs together, hands down. So I'm going to root, contract from the inside, core, anchor down through the hips, stretch the ham open. Lengthen down, bones to skin down that left side body. Use your core, come back up, reach up, straight arms. Tap down the other side, lengthen bones to skin. Stretch the fingers out. Inhale, ankle down through the core. Exhale, open through that chest. We want to be open, heart space free. And now come forward, cat cow. Press in, contract the core, round up through the spine. Inhale, pull the chest forward. And now exhale, this time move back, hike yourself up. Tighten through the glutes, start to engage that core. Take your right arm down towards the floor. Stretch that arm up, lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. As you anchor, tighten that core even more. Lift the arms up. Exhale, stretching down that right side body. and breathe. Hold that down dog. Hold that down dog. Again, we're going to go back again to that squat, yogi style squat, opening through the hips, lengthen through the spine, forward fold, focus on the hamstrings, shake out what you need to shake, wrists, shoulders, feel the length in the backside thighs. One more time, come back in. Erect spine, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Walk forward, coming into your downward dog. Spread the fingers and move into the calf stretch. Draw the hips up long as you do individual legs. Breathe into the calves, breathe into the hamstrings. So we're going to raise one leg and now open a little bit as best you can to the side, just allowing the hip to lengthen. I'm still stretching on that left foot into the calf. Come forward, find yourself in a lunge. Find yourself in a lunge. Now we're going to start in this depth, and then eventually I'm going to have you bring the foot back to stretch a little more around the ankle, because in hiking we do end up with a knee further forward as we are going downhill, of course. And when we fall off track, a lot of times you can have the knee forward or jar forward. So you want to be mobile here around the ankle. So breathe into it. It's okay to bend. So when I go further forward, I'm in that soleus. I'm in that lower area. Pull back, half split, directing into the hamstrings. Draw the hip back. As I draw my chest forward, melt onto the thighs. Inhale, lengthen the crown, look forward. Exhale, melt onto the thigh. Take your hand over for a little deeper stretch. Think of drawing that hip back. Take your time, come forward, come back in that lunge. And now moving into the pyramid pose. Inhale, lengthen that spine. You can use blocks here. Exhale like a blanket fold onto the thigh. And we're just going to come up and open up, coming into warrior two, because it's such a great strengthener, opener for the hips. Draw the shoulder blades back. In that power position, looking over your middle finger. Focus clearing the mind, looking to keep the knee over the toes. Bring that back toe in a bit. If it's not there, spine is tall. Keep that breath focus. Number one is your breathing, eventually getting the depth. Inhale, lift. Exhale, turn. And now you're going to bring that leg in. We're going to massage it in to a hip pigeon. Okay, so watch this. We're going to ease it and we're going to do some swivels, primal swivels. You're going to swivel on your hip, come to the other side, swivel, come back around. Before we actually hold it. And now we're going to stay right here. Lengthen the spine. Some of you may need some support, like a block or a cushion under your hip. Keep the hips level. From your hips to the tip of your head, you want long, lengthen. Eventually come down. You can rest on a block if you need to. And just allow yourself to melt into this stretch. Lengthen the toe. Open through the hip. And now inhale, lengthen even more. Stay where you are, maybe closer to the floor. Now coming up from there, from this position, lift tall. Now, this may be intense for you. So for some of you, do with caution, or you can leave it out. So we're going to grab that back foot. I'm supporting myself with my right hand, coming into an extra quad stretch. I can kick into my foot a little bit to lift my upper body. If you have the flexibility to hold that, go for it. Otherwise, you can grab the heel, keep your forward hips level. Release. Tighten that from our opening in the hip. We're on the left side. And now coming forward into the lunge. Lift up, open up, and allow the foot to come closer to you. Sink a little lower to get more into that ankle mobility. Allow the knee to come forward. Breathe into it. Half split coming back, targeting the hamstring. Draw the left hip back, walk your fingers forward, and just lengthen. Pull that hip behind you as you lengthen forward. Inhale. Exhale like a blanket on that thigh without over pushing. So you're draping down, keeping the spine long. And then if you wish, you can take it over for a little deeper. Coming forward once again. Bringing yourself into high, into that warrior two. On this side, hold. Open through the hip. Line up the body. Taking your focus, pierce over the middle finger. Sink down, feeling it through the hips, open, core tight. Lift up, open. Yes, now inhale, lift, turn the body, coming back down. Turn the leg all the way. Coming into the pigeon, we're going to do some swivels like we did on the other side, rolling on our butt cheeks. Swivel around, come back and lengthen. Swivel around, use that core, back and lengthen. Swivel around, back and lengthen. Swivel around, hold, and drop. Inhale. Give yourself some time to lengthen. Open through the hip. Use any props that you need to keep that spine long from the hips moving upward. Keep the hips nice and level. Take your focus of attention into your body, into where you need it, into that hip. And rising up from there, option to grab that back leg. Kick, opening through the chest, coming on the fingertips. Give it a little bit of a kick in the foot to elevate that upper body. And release it down. Core tight, pushing up from there, come back to down dog. Check in with those calves again, see how they feel. Now step forward, 2 wide steps into yogi squat. Open through the knees. Forward fold, let it hang, walk the feet in. And really feel the length. Shake out the shoulders. Grab a hold of those heels, forward fold. Half fold, inhale, getting that length. Exhale, melt to the floor. Slowly coming all the way up. Close those legs up, lengthen through the spine. Zip everything up like you have one leg. Make it streamline, interlace the fingers, lift up. Move over to one side. Such an amazing side body stretch. Lengthen. So here we want to have our arms back a bit. You're going to want to creep forward, but hold them back. Hug your ears with your biceps. Push the hips out. Line up your body. Core tight. Press through that left heel as you raise your body up. Taking it down to the left side. Body side stretch. Lengthen through the fingertips. Open through the hips. Open. Open. Line up those shoulders. Hug your ears with your biceps. Tighten through the core. Tighten through the quads. Inhale up. Now come into a little bit of a back bend. Open that heart space. Inhale and find yourself into a chair. Turn on the hips. Turn on the glutes. We're not here for long. And forward fold. Take your legs wide and sit into the butt. Round out to the spine. And drop. Take your hands down, coming into a bridge. Open up. Chest area. Squeeze the glutes. Drop back down. Extend. Lengthen towards the toes. Realign. Step back in. Coming into the bridge. Opening through that chest. Extend. Come forward. Lengthen. And lift up. Last time. Coming into that bridge. Open. And drop. Lengthen. And as you come back in, just taking one foot over the knee, just going to get you to grab your foot and just send some warm, tender care to that foot and just do circles, rolling it around, opening up through the toes, forward and back, massaging the base of your foot. How much attention does your feet get? So even in a moment, so at the same time, I'm stretching the hamstring on that left side as I'm taking care of the ankle on this side. Open. Switch, other side, cross. Let's just do some mobility here. Open it up through the ankle. Flex those toes back and forth. Snap, crackle, I hear. Little massage. So I want to kind of spread it open. If you're in shoes all day long, everything gets tightened up. We want to open things up. So even if you, I'm losing you guys back and forth. So even if you roll a little bit on a ball, just to break things up, spread things open. So your feet can work as they're supposed to. Lower yourself down, core tight. Draw your knees into your chest. Lengthen through the spine. Of course, you want to do more Supermans as well. Opening. And so we're going to do that one last stretch into a bow pose, opening through the hips, chest, front side body. Let's rock and roll. Bring your both legs in. Grab under the toes. You're going to kick. So take a peek forward, take an inhale. As you exhale, coming up, we're going to go 10-second hold. Squeeze the glutes down, point the toes up. Roll, open, open, looking up. And 3, 2, and now release. Open it back down. Push your body up. Taking your hand into thread the needle on the left side, forehead Gently on the ground, supported by your left hand. Twist. Slowly coming up, coming to the other side, thread the needle, turning through. Gently place your hand, head off. And we've come to a close. I'm just going to close with you here. I invite you to do Shavasana at home. Take as long as you need, coming into your center, coming into the present moment, allowing your body to absorb everything you just did. Let's take a full breath in, everybody. Appreciate you for being here. Appreciate yourself for being here. My friends, namaste. Hike away.